Ready, Master Control?
Ready, switch on.
Look, Daddy!
Broadcasting from Dallas, Fort Worth on thebarlive.com.
Quit stalling!
When you think you're right, you're never right. Because this is the YNR Radio Show.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is the YNR Radio Show. Thanks for hanging out with us on this Wednesday. We are broadcasting again at Pokes in Addison, right off of Midway, a block south of Beltline. I'm sitting here with two of my good buddies. To the left of me, I have Mr. Austin Brooks.
Yo, good looks, Brooks in the house.
And on the other side of the table down there, we have the extraordinary Joey Caswell.
Joey C.
Just call me Joey. Don't do that.
Can I call you Joe?
Can
I call you Joe?
I'll answer to it.
just
It's
Jay?
it's not what I call myself in my head. You guys,
JC.
when I grew up, I always said I'd go by the name my mom gave. I'd go by Joseph, but I don't call myself that in my head. When I talk to myself in my head, it's like Joey. It's like I say to myself,
Do you
Joey.
talk to yourself often?
Well, yeah, I have conversations with you. You don't talk to yourself.
I do. I mean,
you
every now
refer
and
to
then-
yourself by name in your head.
I mean, every now and then I need a professional opinion on things.
I'm like,
You know.
I'm like, come on, Joey, get it together. I'm not. Come on, Joseph. But I'll answer to it. To answer your question.
When I think about people talking to themselves, like in Austin's head, I always feel like there's two different sides, like just an argument going on at all times.
No, he doesn't have shoulder angels. It's just like a shoulder devil and then another shoulder devil, like on that shoulder devil shoulder. That's all it is.
My
Those
shoulder
two-
devil has shoulder devil and angel. So
They teamed up together and killed the only shoulder angel he had.
I feel bad for you.
no, so far it's working out well. Not gonna lie.
Well, I will tell you folks that we are the most prepared we've ever been as a
Ever.
radio show unit.
I feel like if anything, I'm over prepared for today. I came in a little too ready.
I feel if anything, if by me doing nothing means I'm completely prepared, then I am completely
You are
prepared
like the
for
pinnacle
show.
of prepreparedness.
I'm completely prepared.
Well, let me run down this list of things we're going to talk about.
Oh shit.
I end up done. All right, let's do. We're going to kick it off here, and we're going to talk a little bit about Labor Day first
funny.
off.
He's got so many jokes. It's so funny.
I got jokes.
You got jokes.
We're going to talk a little bit about Labor Day. Then we're going to kick it off into the news. Only got a couple stories for that. And we'll talk about some city sports. In the second segment, we're going to do some Craigslist stuff. We're going to do Stirring the Pot, and I'm going to give you guys choices on what we can talk about.
What we can argue about?
Yeah.
Sweet.
All right. And then after that,
To choose our pot.
after that, we're going to do a little Fight is Inappropriate. And we might throw some baby talk in there with Joey. Baby watch.
Maybe. We'll talk about it.
In the third segment, we're going to bring in the one and only Super Shaw, Brandon Shaw from Sunbrew Brandon from the Sunbrew Bikini team and all that.
Yeah, he's going to explain to us why he hasn't liked our show yet.
On Facebook.
Yeah.
What is our Facebook again? It's facebook.com/YNR Radio.
I never type it in anymore. My computer remembered it. Memorized it.
It's like said it's your homepage now.
After we talk to Brandon, we're going to do a little Insider's Input. We're going to not do Late Night Inside this week, but we got a lot of stuff for Insider's Input. I know you guys watched the movie. We got Breaking Bad to talk about.
Yes, we do have Breaking Bad to discuss.
And then after that, we'll do our plugs and shout-outs and close it out.
All right.
But I do have I have a couple of choices. We got two choices for Stirring the Pot and two choices for Fight is Inappropriate. So
We'll
guys
get to
get
that.
excited.
We'll cross
I'm
that bridge.
excited. Yeah, we'll make those decisions on the spot.
Well, this past weekend it was Labor Day, and
Yeah.
according to, I think, tradition, you're not supposed to work on Labor Day. Is that right?
I don't know that to be true. In the 15 years, 20 years that I've been in the workforce, I've worked every Labor Day that I can remember. I toil and labor on Labor Day.
I know. Any sales job, you have to work Labor Day, and it just sucks.
It does because
Everyone's off having a good time, and you're serving them or
yeah,
helping them.
The thing is, you can make so much. It's in retail. You make so much money. It just justifies being there. You just kind of like I woke up to Monday morning and I just wanted to like skip the whole day. I just wanted to wake up Tuesday and have made a lot of money and not have to actually go through it.
yeah.
So do you think we need to initiate like a service industry sales holiday?
What would happen with if the service industry shut down for an entire day? No one would be served food or drinks. The whole like world would go into chaos. How would anybody survive if you couldn't go to a gas station and pick up your energy drink or buy gas or cigarettes or whatever you stopped at every morning?
All the places that stay open are
Then
gonna
just do the
stay
same
open.
thing that those people do. It's a holiday. Get over it.
And
You wanted to go to the bank today?
People-
I'm sorry.
People would throw a fit if that happened. The world's economic the world's economy was shut down.
People need their drinks.
In the future, it'll all be robots anyway,
You
right?
think it's gonna be automated after the robopocalypse
Sure.
happens?
Speaking of automated,
In that case, they're going to enslave us. So there'll be robots enslaving humans, and then we'll be working. It'll be like every day will be Labor Day for us.
speaking of robots and all that stuff, it reminds me of those shows where those autopilots, like the cars driving themselves in the future.
Yeah.
Well, the new Accord that's supposed to come out, like literally, is like one step closer to not having to drive a car at all.
Oh my God, I want to call my car Jeeves.
It's the most insane thing, and I'll talk to you guys more about it later. But it's like literally, it has like you turn on your signal, and a huge 8-inch color like LCD screen pops up and shows you a camera of your of the side view, lets you know if there's anyone in their lines.
Blind spot my ass.
There's no blind spots anymore. And then it has a forward collision warning that lets you know if you're going forward, like if there's a car that's stopping in front of you, it'll automatically slow you down so you can avoid it. And then like it lets you know, I mean, it's ridiculous. It has this active cruise control that you can set it, that if you set your cruise control and just driving, just not even paying attention, and if the traffic stops ahead of you, it'll slow your car down too.
That's ridiculous.
It's so freaking cool.
It's like real cruise control, because I always wanted cruise control to be like that.
And honestly, it looks like a BMW, which is going to make this thing sell like the hottest thing since sliced bread. I don't know what to say, but
it's like that weird moment where you're sitting like on a hill in your car and you don't know if your car is rolling backwards or the earth is moving forward.
Oh, what a cool feeling.
Yeah, that's
like
the feeling you get when you drive the new Accord.
Same feeling as being in an elevator, where it's like, did I just go up or did the building move down?
So I took some sneak pictures of it today, and I'll post them on Facebook or later. So if you guys want to check out our Facebook and like it, it's facebook.com/YNR Radio.
So I'm not even a car guy, and that just gave me a boner.
So you guys worked all weekend, I imagine.
Oh my God.
It was worth it. It was worth it.
Dude.
But it was a bitch.
On Sunday, I had 51 hours. You know, I'm in retail. I haven't done more than 35 hours in a week in like 8 years since I was in like warehousing. And I did 51 hours by Sunday. Then I did 2 back-to-back 12-hour shifts after that.
Yeah, I did the same thing. I did Thursday, Friday, Saturday, worked 13 hours each day. Then Monday, worked another 13 hours.
You weren't open on Sunday, were you?
No.
Ugh.
Well, actual Labor Day, did you guys get off and head straight to the pool and party out?
I worked until 10 o'clock. I worked from 9 a.m. to 10 o'clock at night.
I was there till 10 too. I went home and slept.
I wasn't allowed to leave the building. They like to reward us with what they call a potluck dinner, where they like on holidays, like everybody brings food in and you get to eat really well. But you never really get to sit down and eat. By the time I got in there to eat, there was good food there, and I'm sure it was great when it was hot, but it's like all cold, and I just sit down, munch on some stuff real quick, and run back out. It's just an excuse for them to lock us in that building and not allow us to see any light of day.
Yeah, that's the same. I agree. They did the same thing. They bought pizza for everybody, and like by the time you could even eat it, which it was good pizza. It was huge, like Chicago slices.
Cheapest
it was
crap
insane.
the company can possibly buy.
Absolutely.
For you,
I mean, well, I saw that. I signed off.
I think a potluck lunch is the cheapest thing.
Seriously.
Yeah, because no one pays for anything. They bring
I'm always really skeptical about eating other people's food that they've made. They're like, "Hey, did you like it? It's great, isn't it?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's great."
I totally got in trouble. I signed for the pizza because the managers weren't around. And it was like $138. And I was like, well, 20% would be $26. So I give them $20, and they're like, "You tipped them $20." I'm like,
wow, what a bunch of cheap bastards.
Well, you know, you work at a company where it's owned by a corporate company, like they're penny pinch, like everything has to count. So
you would think at that level they could spare $20 for the pizza delivery guy on Labor Day.
But that's
he's working on a holiday.
That's another $20 they could have saved. Come on, really? This is retail.
Makes me sick.
So if you're not saving the pizza guy money, how are you going to save me money when I come buy a car?
Yeah, that's true. You don't have the authority to tip that guy $20.
My job isn't to save you money. My job is to sell cars.
Yeah, but wouldn't you hook up? You're not going to hook us up
of course, you guys are friends. Of course, I'll hook you up with a regular customer.
You're not going to hook him up. You're going to screw him over.
No, my job is to sell this car.
Am I on camera? He's going to hook people up.
Yeah. I don't hook people up. I show people the best way to buy a car, and then they can buy it if they want. If they don't, then awesome. We'll part as friends. But
I want to go back to the potluck thing. The other thing that bothers me about potluck dinners and lunches and stuff like that is like everybody has such pride in the dish that they brought to you, and like we have 30 salespeople on the floor, so there are 30 different like things out there. I can't possibly fit that on. There's not a disposable plate made to accommodate 30 little portions of anything. You know what I mean?
What did you bring?
Oh, I gave them $7 to buy whatever they needed. I worked like 75 hours in 5 days. I had no time to cook anything. I don't know. These people are crazy.
Yeah. So Labor Day was not fun because we had a labor.
I made money though.
Yeah, me too.
I did good.
I had a good month last month.
Yeah, I did too.
Excited about taking a cruise sometime.
Yeah, soon. I get vacation pay in like a couple of months or so, but I need to go on a vacation. I think it'll be fun.
Patrick, you want to go on a cruise with us?
I would love to go on a cruise. Last time I went on a cruise, I got real lucky and I won like $350 at the roulette table. Never played before.
Oh, I love roulette. Roulette's so much fun.
Dude, on my first cruise I ever went on, I was playing bingo the last night we were there. I played bingo the whole time.
With a bunch of old ladies?
Oh, yeah. But I played the whole time and didn't win shit. And the last game we played was the last night in like the big main room, blackout bingo. This guy won. I want a free cruise.
What's blackout bingo
Did you
mean?
use
Is
it?
it
black
like,
out your card?
Did
Oh,
you
yeah,
use
I
it?
used it.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
figured
yeah,
they like turn on the disco lights and like,
Like, you-
blackout bowling.
No, like it
black
was like
lights.
you punch out every number on your card, and I was the first one to get it. I got this big plaque, and like I got to go on this. You know how your cruise is probably like fold out like beds coming out of the walls, and that stand up shitty little shower you get. I had a jacuzzi in my room, right next to my own balcony.
Yeah.
On the one I won,
See,
it was
I
sick.
want to get a balcony.
I had
I
an
wanna get a
extra
balcony
sitting
room.
room. Like I had a special room just to sit and watch TV and actually eat. You know, because the other rooms had like
Just
you
the
just sit on your
beds
bed.
and-
You know what I
yeah.
mean? It was all there was to it.
There was this, I had this weird experience on the cruise. They always have these little competitions, and you think like if you win it, you're going to get like some significant prize or something, you know? There was this guy that was doing karaoke, and he, I don't know, he was probably a little under 6 feet tall, real nappy, curly hair, thick, dark frame glasses, and dressed like a real hipster. And he's running this karaoke show, and he had this thing that after everything he'd say, he'd do this. I'm going to do it in character. Oh, yeah.
That's his catchphrase.
So one night we're sitting there, they're having kind of like a crossover. They were transitioning karaoke into like the late night band or whatnot, and he's a part of the band too. And he comes out in the crowd, and as they're transitioning and breaking down and setting up, he starts doing a little trivia stuff. And he asked the audience, how many times since we started this show, the karaoke show, have I said, oh, yeah? So everybody starts guessing just random numbers. I just stood up. I'm like, this is ridiculous. And I was like, 63. And I nailed it. Nailed it on the money. You know what I got?
What'd you get?
I got a little, I don't know, a little medal of some cheap metal.
A ribbon.
Cheap metal. It said, Carnival Cruise Line. And on the back, he wrote with a Sharpie, oh, yeah.
You save that priceless
Do you still have
memorabilia.
that?
I thought it was going to be like the highlight of my life. Like, everybody's
No.
like, yeah, you got it. And then
Yeah, you thought you won a car or
A
something?
bunch of drunk bastards in a room full of karaoke. Yeah, anything's exciting. Anything you win is exciting at that point.
in front of other
if
people.
anybody, anything's exciting if you're watching karaoke. Exactly.
Yeah. Once you get a bunch of drunk people together, everybody gets excited about anything.
You guys want to go into the news?
Sure, we can do news.
This is going to be the shortest news segment ever.
Great.
And
That's it.
done. What's been going on this week?
All right, and we're done. I've only got a couple stories here for you. All right, let's talk about this first one. This is not a very awesome picture of this woman, but
That's a great picture
That's
of
right.
it.
No one can see
you
it.
guys remember who Amanda Bynes is?
Yeah, she was on
So
that
hot.
crappy show with
Want to touch
that
the
girl
hiney.
from 90210. I forgot her name. You know what show I'm talking about? It was a really crappy show where she lived with her sister. It was the girl from 90210.
Well,
That's
unfortunately,
right.
we don't have internet here today, but I had already had some stuff pulled up, and I pulled up her IMDb, so I'm looking at it right now.
Known
It's,
for.
She started on Nickelodeon, obviously.
What I like about you is the show that I'm thinking of.
I don't know.
And she was
Yeah.
really hot on that. She was hot before she was allowed to be hot.
She was hot when she was like underage.
She was a future babe.
Future babe, that's what it was right there. You just kind of you didn't think it, but you knew you were waiting to be able to think it.
Well, she started out with Nickelodeon. She started out on the show All That, which was a Nickelodeon late night show that kind of had the same premise of Saturday Night Live, but for younger generation. And then after that, she spawned off and did her own thing called the Amanda Show. She did some voiceover stuff for the Rugrats, and
Oh,
then
yeah, she was on the Rugrats. Forgot
and
about
she's done some various stuff since then. What I Like About You TV series, 2002 to 2006.
Yeah.
And like I said, she's done some voiceover stuff. She was Anna on Family Guy. I think that might have been one of Brian's
Anna.
girlfriends.
I don't know, man. I haven't watched Family Guy in a while.
Yeah, no, that was one. That was a dumb blonde one.
I thought that was oh, come on, what's her name? The girl from Charlie's Angels.
Drew Barrymore.
That's it. Drew Barrymore is who I think that was.
Was it?
Yeah,
Well,
Drew
Brian's
Barrymore.
had multiple girlfriends.
That's
so.
true.
Anyway, that's a hot picture of her.
Yeah.
So hot. Want to touch the hiney.
Anyway,
She seems too goody-goody to do anything where you're gonna.
That's what I was
you'll
thinking.
never, you know.
but the title of the story is Amanda Bynes charged with a hit and run. And apparently this has happened more than once. Amanda Bynes has been charged with 2 counts of hit and run after allegedly smashing into some cars and fleeing the scene twice.
That's not good for PR.
We broke the story. Prosecutors recently reopened Bynes' hit-and-run case from back in April because the actress was accused of yet another hit-and-run last month. Now the L.A. city attorney has taken the next step, charging Bynes with 2 counts of misdemeanor hit-and-run stemming from the two incidents. As for the second alleged incident, we're told the smoking gun for detectives was that the damage to the victim's car matched the damage to Amanda's. She's due in court on September 27th.
Wah, wah, wah.
They say that she could possibly face up to a year in jail.
That's so
2
sucks
years
about
in
being
jail or up to a year?
Up to possibly face a year in jail.
See, in a
I don't know
situation
about
like that,
anything of
it's
that.
not very beneficial that everyone recognizes your face. Like, if you're trying to get away with something.
And everyone knows you?
Yeah. It's like,
Yeah.
hey, it's that girl from that show I used to
Yeah.
watch. She just hit my car and drove off. What a bitch.
That's so Raven. Or whatever the show
Did you
is.
hear she's a lesbian?
No.
Yeah, Raven came out. Yeah, I'm not even kidding. The girl from the Cosby Show came out. But if you think back on it, you know, she kind of looked a little dykish back when she was doing that little rap thing she did for a minute.
Oh.
You kind of looked at her and thought, I bet she's a lesbian later on in life.
I mean, yeah. A few of the episodes, she did seem a little butch.
Yeah. She didn't look like she'd be a very nurturing, you know. I don't know. I just look at her and I'm like, I don't see you as like liking boys.
I want to talk about something real quick that's not necessarily news, but we do a lot of news on the Octomom.
Oh.
And my good friend Robert, who we threw under the bus last week because we told...
Did we throw him under the bus last week?
We announced that we were going to put him on what'syourprice.com.
Oh, yeah, we didn't do that.
We didn't
Turns
do
out he
anything.
listened to the show,
yeah?
and then he turned around and called me a couple bad names. But he does have an infatuation with the Octomom.
Okay.
He's complaining that he cannot find the self-pleasuring video online for free. He's checked torrent sites. He's checked everywhere on the internet.
Really?
Cannot find it.
I haven't thought to look for it.
What
but
about-
I've
what
not-
My
paid?
first question was, why?
out of curiosity, morbid curiosity is why you watch that video.
It's like 2 girls, 1 cup. You got
Nope, you don't gotta watch that. I never watched that video. I saw enough about the video to know I didn't want to watch it.
You never saw the video.
I never ever saw. All I saw were the reaction videos they had on YouTube, and I know what I know the content of the video.
Yeah.
I knew enough about that, but I never watched it.
No, there's no. You can talk about it all day long, but until you watch it,
Nope, I don't need that. I don't need
that's
that
when
memory.
it really hits you. Like,
Once you see
oh
that,
my god!
I don't get it. I don't see what the big deal is. 2 girls eating poo.
No,
No,
once you
whoa.
see that, you can't unsee
can't give it away.
Like that image would be burned in your brain forever. And every once in a while, like what happens when you're having sex one time and that flashes in your head?
Why would you be thinking about that when you have sex?
I'm not saying you would be thinking about it.
What do you normally think about when you have
sex?
sex?
Grandma.
That's just what I'm saying. Sometimes weird stuff pops in my head that there's memories of things I've seen, and I don't want that to be one of those things I've seen.
Really?
Yeah.
What other memories pop up?
I'm never mind. I'm not opening that. Shut up.
I know you've had some traumatic experiences in the
Yeah.
bedroom, Joey.
Yes, that's a traumatic
We've shared
experience.
quite a few of them on the air.
That's just one thing. I
Some
don't.
involving multiple species.
It was an accident, all right.
It was the dog.
So, wait, how does it
No.
go? So you're in the middle of.
Nope. That story got aired a long time ago. If you haven't heard that one before, you're not a true fan.
We can tell them where to find it, though.
Yeah,
It's like
absolutely.
March or April.
Yeah, it's
Go
back
look-
in April.
Go search our videos.
I'll tell our listeners that I'm working on a new project with the YNR Radio Show. I'm going to compile a bunch of audio segments from different shows, and we're going to create a
Best of.
best of.
All right, a clip show.
Yeah.
We've been doing this show pretty much every week, besides a couple weeks, since January 29th.
Wow.
At least once a week. So we have quite a bit of stuff. And not everything's great. The show's pretty much horrible, but there are some times where
There are a couple comic gems in there every once in a
We'll
while.
put together a pilot.
there's a couple moments. We have our moments.
Yeah. I mean, every one of us at one day or another, you know, any
mean,
given week could have just a standout performance.
Every now and then a blind squirrel's got to catch a nut.
Did you say you want to talk about Rodney Carrington for a
Who?
second?
Rodney Carrington said something on Facebook this week. He got in trouble for it. I don't know. I didn't read that much about it. I'm not prepared for the story. I just know that he was.
And that's rap.
That's he got. I don't know. We were talking about this right before the show started, and I forgot what the topic was I was covering. You know what me and Austin did this week though? We got online and he showed me we looked up the YouTube video from since it's September and 9/11 anniversary of 9/11's coming back up again.
Yeah.
We listened to a big chunk of the Howard Stern show that aired that day.
The live broadcast.
Oh, wow.
While he
Have
was,
you ever listened to it before?
No.
It was intense.
It was really interesting because they're just cutting up the whole time, and for about 5 or 6 minutes, it's just them talking about somebody going on a date with Pamela Anderson. It's 2001, so she was still relevant. And
Very much not so in this day and age.
and they're laughing and carrying on, and then out of nowhere he's like, hey, we got something serious. A plane crashed into a building in downtown.
And they try to talk around it.
They
and
did
then
for a
it's
minute.
Like, and then it's just like
They
it's
start
so
getting calls in
overwhelming.
immediately. It was crazy.
Well, I remember that day very vividly. And
What were you doing that day?
I was in school.
I was too.
And it was weird because when, you hear something like that, and there's a lot of mixed stories in the very beginning of it, so people don't know if it's something really serious or
Right.
You don't know what history is going to be written about it until after the effect.
Yeah.
So I found out about it like early in the morning, right after it happened. So some of the classes I went to, we just watched TV all day, but there was 2 teachers that refused to let us be a part of history and watch television.
Are you kidding me?
We had our face in the books, man, all day.
When I went to school that day, everything was closed. Like I got up about 9 o'clock. I got up right after, like my roommate woke me up after a little while after the first plane hit, and he was like, "Hey man, a plane crashed into a building. This is when it's hitting Fox."
Wait,
and
I was a
everything."
sophomore in high school. What were you?
I was a freshman in college, and I woke up. Oh, that's why you had to go to school. I got you, because I went like when I went to school, the second plane had hit, but no one was really sure what was going on.
Right.
And when I got up there, the whole campus was shut down. We didn't do anything for that. I mean, it was just over. Like everything changed overnight. Like I had these curriculums for all my classes, and all my teachers completely threw them out. My English teacher, I mean, everybody threw everything out, and the whole semester changed after that.
One of my history teachers made
crazy.
us do quizzes and stuff, and actually do schoolwork on that day. And
What a
like,
prick.
this is a history class.
Yeah, what a douche.
We're making history.
Well, anyway, I'll go back and listen to it. That sounds pretty
It was-
interesting.
It was real crazy because you hear them they start once it starts, the gravity starts setting in. They're like when the second plane hits.
After the
when
second plane hits, it gets
they're like
crazy.
they're like, are you seeing this footage? They're like, the thing's really really on fire, and they're like, there are people in there, and then they start realizing it's a passenger plane, and then they start talking about how they knew the people they knew that were there and everything, and it got really like it was really interesting at first, but it got really like it brought back all those emotions again.
Yeah.
I was like remembering the fear that everybody had right when that happened, that anything that we just, because before that we thought we were invincible, and when that happened, it really broke down everybody's like sense of security. It was crazy. I mean, one of those moments you just never forget.
It was very crazy. Never forget it.
All right, well, on a lighter subject.
My bad.
Rodney Carrington, you got nothing.
No, I don't remember what I was talking about with that.
I do have a story I want to talk about later on, and I don't know if we can talk about this now. Even if you guys choose not to talk about it, well, I'll still throw it in there. I want to talk about celebrities using their celebrity status on their Facebooks and their Twitters as using those things as a mountain to get their agendas across to the public, and talking about stuff that not necessarily anybody cares about.
Yeah, well, I don't like that celebrities get their opinions held in that high a regard anyway. I mean, they're not professionals in any aspect of life except for the entertainment industry. I don't see why their opinion is valid about like any political agenda. This isn't really that valid because it's not really their profession. That's my opinion. That's what I think about that.
We'll talk about that a little bit more.
Oh, my bad.
Conan O'Brien actually helped me out on this one. I don't have a clip of it, but I want to talk about it. It's pretty funny. Let's go ahead and move on to city sports. We don't have a lot for city sports, but we're going to talk about some big stuff this week. Am I cutting in and out, guys?
A little
I
bit.
gotcha. Oh.
All right. Let's go ahead and move into some city sports.
City sports. I can't believe we made that stupid record.
I don't have enough volume over here. You give me more volume on this computer. We got to do this right. Here we go. Ready? I guess that'll do. All right, city sports with Mr. Austin Brooks. How prepared are you this week, sir?
Not very. I mean, from what sports, guys. Sports this week is all about football. Football starts today. It is the Cowboys season opener tonight.
Playing against the Super Bowl champions.
Playing against the Super
New
Bowl
York
champs.
Giants.
Yeah, it's just, you know what? Honestly, though, I just got to put it out there. And a little bit, I'm just regurgitating a little bit of this from 105.3, but I'm really excited to see what Jason Garrett's going to do this year with the Cowboys. I mean, he went through a couple years to just kind of get to know everything. Like, he went through the whole, Jerrytown, all that stuff that's going on. He, getting around his stuff, and I think he's really just going to take this team to the next level. I mean, he got rid of a bunch of players that he should have gotten rid of, and he's gained some new people. And I'm kind of excited where he's going to build this team up. And
Jason Garrett strikes me as a person that doesn't take shit off anybody, really.
No.
He seems kind of like he's a quiet guy, but he seems like he doesn't mess around.
Yeah, he doesn't. I really, like I said, I think this is Cowboys. I think it's a Cowboy year.
You know, regardless of whether the Cowboys do well or not, you guys are fans, right?
No.
Of course.
We're Cowboys fans
Yeah.
because we were. But why are you a Cowboys fan? Is it because you were born here? That's your heritage, right? Being
Right.
a Cowboys fan, you're their fan because this is like that's your home team. No matter what, you always support your home team, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I got a friend at work. I'm gonna leave his name out of it for now. He's born and raised in Texas with a little brief period where he lived in like I don't know Wyoming or something, and all he does is trash talk the Cowboys because his team he woke up one morning and decided was going to be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Like the farthest team away from Wyoming.
Agreed, and he's from Texas. I've always thought that your team is your team no matter what. I don't get to wake up one morning and be like, you know what? I don't like the Cowboys anymore. I think I'm going for the Panthers now. I don't get to be a Panthers fan. And I just think it's really disrespectful, and it just shows a lot about your character if you can't back up your home team, even when they're losing, even when you don't agree with what's happening.
It's a home team.
It's your team no matter what. You guys are on my side with this, right?
Absolutely. But I'm going to ask you a
for the
question.
home
I'm
team.
going to get your opinion on this.
Yeah.
When Katrina hit and all those refugees came up here to live in the DFW Metroplex, a lot of those cats are Saints fans.
Okay.
And you know how diehard those Saints fans are. Like, ridiculous.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, you talk smack, they'll kill you.
Who dat?
Exactly. So even if they live in DFW for a certain amount of time and they're from New Orleans, is it still okay to be a New Orleans fan?
Now here's I think it's your team no matter what. I think the only excuse not to support the team that you have in your state is if you don't have one for your state, and then just go with the closest one. At that point, you might be able to pick.
Like Delaware?
Yeah, Delaware is probably going to go New York,
or if you've moved around, or if for some reason you have some kind of sentimental attachment to this one city, then go for it. But
like if
not,
your dad
then-
played for the I can't think of any football teams. If your dad played for the Bears or something, and you're from Texas, sure,
The
you got a
Bears.
reason there. You know what I mean? But like, if you're from here and you were born here, you have to support them no matter what. You don't get to sit and talk trash. And you don't like. What bothers me is the guy gets really worked up when anybody else says anything good about about our team. He gets all up on the edge talking shit about Romo all the time, and I'm like, sure you can talk shit, but only if you love them.
You know, I saw a screen capture of the front of the New York Post this morning.
Yeah.
What was it?
It was kind of divided down the middle. The right side was political, and it said Obama, OWE, and under it said Bama, and it was talking about the deficit and all this stuff. But on the left side, it had, kickoff night, New York Giants against the Dallas Cowboys. But it didn't say Dallas Cowboys. First of all, it said Giants versus the Cowgirls, and there was a picture of what's his name, Eli Manning.
Yeah.
Eli Manning, and he was full dress, throwing a football. Underneath him was a
Damn, that was a Jenga game. That was a full life-size Jenga game that just fell over. It was all wooden blocks. Those things are pretty cool.
I missed it. I wasn't paying attention.
You didn't hear that?
I was listening to Patrick.
Oh.
well, underneath Eli Manning is a picture of a body of a hot chick with Tony Romo's face on it.
Nice.
No, that's terrible.
Well, his stats are probably going to be better than Eli Manning's this year. He always has the best football. According to statistics, he's one of the best NFL quarterbacks in the league.
He really does make a really good fantasy player.
Yeah.
Because his team doesn't have to win for him to score points. You know what I mean? For him to get you a lot of points, the Cowboys don't have to win.
Yep.
Well, FYI, the Shark Bar and Grill in Plano, new place, it's not even open yet. It's throwing a Dallas Cowboy watching party tonight. So,
Oh, really?
We're not broadcasting live right now, but good luck to those guys. They got a DJ and they're gonna throw a late night party, and it's gonna be crazy. We're gonna talk about the I-93 party that I DJ'd last Saturday here in a little bit.
Okay. So sports. I mean, I don't know. If you want, we could kind of compare Joey and I's fantasy roster. And
Yeah,
see
we're
who
playing. I talked to Austin. We're playing fantasy football this year.
Sweet.
Have you ever played before, Patrick?
No.
I never played until a couple of years ago. It's hella fun though,
It's
man.
like playing Dungeons and Dragons.
It is like playing Dungeons. No, it's not like playing
No, because
Dungeons
these
and
are
Dragons.
actual live
Lightning
players
bolt.
that do.
Lightning bolt.
Shut up! You don't get to tell your players what to do. They just do it. It's really
Yeah.
great.
So should we do that, or should we save that for another time?
Doesn't matter, man. You got anybody good playing tonight?
Tonight? No, I don't have anyone playing tonight.
Who'd you get for your quarterback? Who's playing for you? Who's opening for you this week?
I got Matt Schwab for Houston.
Matt Schwab, huh? Who's
But
your backup?
I got Arian Foster though too, so it's like I'm gonna get double points if they play well together.
That's true, but he's your running back. Who's you got to take into effect who is Matt Schwab passing to? Is it going to be more of a running game, and whether
It will be more of a money game.
If it's
I guarantee it.
If you're playing against a hard defense, then you know they're going to be handing it off, and you know it's going to be more of a passing game.
Yeah, I mean for wide receivers though, my best guy is I got Larry Fitzgerald, and then like Brandon Lloyd.
Oh, forget about it, dude. I got Roddy White and Steve Johnson.
Oh,
he's gonna be sick.
And what you got? The Ravens defense?
Yes, I do have the Ravens defense.
I got the Lions defense. I'm projected to get 8 points from them.
Well, we'll see.
So we'll see how this week matches up.
Yeah.
We'll keep you guys tuned to see who scored more points last week and this week.
It's really fun. I'm trying to get Austin to get addicted to this like I did. It's just like it's a really good reason to watch every single football game on Sunday. Like every one of them is important to you.
What a great marketing scheme, right?
Yeah, it really is.
All right, let's go ahead and take a break.
Yeah.
We're going to come back here in just a little bit. We're going to do a little Craigslist. Are we doing Craigslist ads? Is that what
It's a Craigslist. We're going to talk about Craigslist.
Okay, we're going to talk about that. Then we're going to do a little stirring the pot. If flag is inappropriate, and we have a couple different choices for that. Again, we're broadcasting at Pokes today, right here in Addison on Midway, a block south of Beltline. We appreciate them having us out here. We're going to be back here in just a little bit. I am Patrick.
I'm Austin.
And I'm Joey.
And this is the YNR Radio Show.
When you think you're right, you're never right. Because this is the YNR Radio Show. When you think you're right, when you think you're right, when you think you're right, when you think you're right.
I can't hear. Okay,
Check,
there I am.
check.
When you think you're right, you're never right. Because this is the YNR Radio Show.
All right, folks, we're back. It is the YNR Radio Show, broadcasting at the barlivedallas.com. Hanging out today at Pokes in Addison off of Midway. These guys are always cool to us. We come out here. We've been on here for, what, a month now?
Maybe a little over.
Yeah.
Well, it's technically because we only did 2 shows here in August, and then we did 2 shows in July, right?
Yeah, I guess that's right.
Yeah.
They do karaoke Wednesdays, so make sure you come out here to Pokes and check out their karaoke Wednesdays. In this segment, we're going to kick it off with Craigslist. We're going to talk about Craigslist anyway. Then we're going to do Stirring the Pot and Flag is Inappropriate. Got a couple choices on that, and we may try to squeeze in some baby talk with Joey.
I'll just let you know what's happening. There's not a lot on the
There's no baby
front.
talk
I mean,
yet.
we'll talk about it.
Well, for the people that didn't tune in last week or didn't watch the show last week, Joey had a special announcement last week. He announced that he is with child.
He's pregnant.
Yep.
And he's excited about it and shared a couple stories of how things went after that, which is always pretty exciting. So make sure you go back and listen to that show. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, for sure.
So we're going to kick it off with some Craigslist ads. We're at least going to talk about it a little bit, aren't we?
You know what? Not Craigslist ads. It's Craigslist. It's kind of a Craigslist. Okay. We all know how awesome Craigslist is. We all know that you can go on there, find ridiculously cheap items, so people are just desperate to sell something and they don't want to pay for advertising. They just go to a free list and put it on there. Well, if you've ever if you've ever bought anything on there, and you guys, I'm sure you can relate to this, but if you ever have to go actually purchase something, you decide you want to buy it, you have to contact this person who you don't know who it is. And then once you contact this person, then you have to go further and you probably get their phone number or their cell phone number. Once you go to that point, you have to meet them somewhere, preferably a crowded location.
Yeah, I don't want to meet some stranger in their home.
Yeah, you want to go meet, like, some guy wants to meet you at like midnight when he gets off work in South Dallas somewhere, behind a building,
We've done that before, though.
Meet me behind the
We
dumpster.
totally have.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean we should. So, so you got to meet some stranger you have no clue about on an item that you don't know if it really works. You're just seeing pictures of it.
Yeah.
And so you have a matter of minutes to test out the product and make sure it's worth what you're about to spend on it, and then actually make an exchange of some kind.
So you did this, though, right? Recently?
I actually recently did this. I had to buy a laptop. And
What kind of laptop did you get?
it was a Sony Vaio. I don't know. I mean, it was like a couple months old. This guy was trying to sell it. I got the story once I got there. It was like $350 or whatever for this brand new laptop. It's only like 2 months old. So I went and met this guy, and some Mexican dude, and I was like, okay, whatever. And I was like, asking him, so why are you selling it? And he just gave me this whole story about him and his family have to go back to Mexico for something or other, and they're trying to raise some money. I was like, so is your computer? And he's like, no, it's my cousin's. I was like, okay. So I'll check it out, and then he's like, so with everything it's gonna be $480, and I was like, $480? It's like, you said $350 in the ad, and he was like, well, he was like, no, that's for he's like, that was like a today only deal. I was like, well, or like,
see, you're in sales, man. You know that's the old bait and hook, or old bait and switch.
He hits me with some add-ons. He hits me with a printer add-on for an extra $180 or $130 or something. So it went from $350 to $480.
You got to be careful with these Craigslist guys. Some of these people do this professionally, and they're just as good a salesperson as you or I are.
Yeah. It was. I mean, this guy was a professional about it. He showed me the product. He showed me the printer. He was like, it's $3. It was like $4. I was like, man, I don't want a printer. I was like, hold on a second. I go to my car. I get the printout of the ad, and I was like, look, I have a printer. Here's your ad that says $350. I was like, and it says today only, and it's today's date. And he's like, well, that was this morning. I took it down. I put up this other one. I was like, dude, this is your ad.
That just sounds jicky.
So
I don't like that.
And so at that point, I was just like, this is. I was like, listen. I was like, it's not the fact that I don't believe that this computer is good and it's worth money, and the fact that I don't believe that the printer is awesome. That's not my budget. I was like, I have $350 to buy this, and so. Anyways, after long story short, we end up negotiating, and he ends up giving me the computer for $370. So I paid $20. So he bumped me for $20.
Oh, man.
And for being a car guy and just going up and just being blatantly sold.
How did that make you feel? Did you tell people at work about that? Did everyone harass you?
Says $350. I paid $20 over sticker price for this item.
Yeah, and he talked you into it at the moment, at the point of sale.
It was so after I walked away, I was like, man, I just got had.
Yeah, you got, man.
What a jib.
As a salesperson, that should really hurt your ego.
Kind of. At the same time, I got to give him kudos. It's if you got me, you got me. Good job. You deserved it. Here's the $20 for you and your family, and thanks for your cousin's laptop. It works really well.
I'm kind of a sucker when it comes to that stuff too. For a salesperson, I'm a complete lay down. I don't go in anywhere unless I'm ready to buy it, and it doesn't take any salesperson to sell me on what I already want.
Yeah, exactly. You already know what you want. You don't have to.
You drove out to meet him. He knew you already wanted it, and
But I knew he wanted to sell it too.
That's true. But in this story, he got you
for $20.
Yeah, still $20 is $20.
Nah, he got me.
Yeah.
So that's Craigslist. So, anyways, back to the I'll skip the delivery, give you the baby. When you're looking on Craigslist for stuff, just be wary of who you're talking to. Be careful who you go out and meet, and try to make sure it's in a public place with other people around.
Back in the day, I was when Xbox, before all the new systems and everything, back when I had my first Xbox, I went through a couple of PlayStation 2s while I had an Xbox because my PlayStations kept breaking because I kept buying them from the same guy on Craigslist. I bought probably 3 from him. I'd buy it from him, take it home, and it would break down in a week, and I'd take it back to him, and he always had another one to trade me for it. The guy, all he did, I checked him out after a while, and all he did was buy and sell video game systems on there. I don't know where he was getting them from or how he was doing it, but he was buying all broken ones and reselling them to the same. I'm pretty sure I bought the same one from him 3 times.
You bought the same broken PlayStation?
I couldn't tell you for sure because they all look kind of similar, but I did. Eventually I gave up and bought my Xbox through that. I was having to go to that guy's house, and it was just really, really uncomfortable. You're sitting in some guy's living room, and he's giving you his games to put in the system to play for a second, and you're like, I guess this sort of works. There's kids running around, and a big-ass dog working in the front door and out the back door all the time. It was really weird. I don't know. That was my experience.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's just, you got to be careful. I hate buying stuff on Craigslist. I wish I could buy it, and then they could just, ship it to me without any hassle. But then I don't know what I'm getting. I don't know who I'm getting it from. It's just... Sometimes you just need to buy stuff in the store.
Dude, that's why I went straight to the website. When I bought my computer, I went to the Dell outlet, and I always went with the one that had the longest warranty. And it's weird to buy stuff online anyway because you really don't know what you're getting until it gets there.
Yeah, why would you want the longest warranty? Laptops go out in a couple of years anyways.
Well, I want one covered for all the stupid stuff I might do to it. I've had like 3 laptops die of super AIDS that I gave it because I surfed the net unprotected.
Super AIDS?
Yeah, and a couple really close scares with like computer gonorrhea that I did get cured up, but you know.
How do you catch stuff like that?
Well, you know, downloading a lot.
It's a virus.
Yeah. Everyone. I mean, when you're downloading as much as I am, I mean, the odds are eventually one of those.
He thought they said virus video, not viral video.
Yeah.
All right.
Is that all you have for Craigslist?
Yeah, Craigslist. It's frustrating.
All right. Well, let's move on. I have a couple choices for you guys here.
Horrible. Okay, keep going.
We're gonna do a little stirring the pot.
Okay.
Stirring the pot / flags inappropriate. We've got a couple stories
We
here.
got choices?
We'll probably go through them real quick.
I love having choices.
You
I
guys
like
know who
choices.
Katie Couric is, right?
Remind me.
You don't know?
Remind me.
Remind our listeners who might not know.
Katie Couric was on the Today Show.
Right.
Oh.
Katie Couric on the Today Show.
Yeah, that's what you're talking about.
That Katie Couric. I knew one back in high school. I thought you were talking about the same Katie Couric that I knew then. I guess it's the famous one. Is what you meant?
Right.
Yeah, that
The
one.
Okay, I'm sorry. I wasn't sure how specific you were getting.
So a couple years back, she decided she wanted to move up in the world and went and did the evening news for CBS, which flopped.
Oh, really? I don't watch
Completely
news.
flopped.
I didn't know she did that either.
So I don't know if this whole thing is loaded up yet, but I have some internet's flowing here, so maybe I'll be able to play this clip. But I want to talk about people that are celebrities that use their celebrity status as a pedestal for crap.
Okay, let's hear it. I want to hear what she says.
You want me to just go ahead and play
Yeah,
it?
just play it, man.
Okay.
We'll stop
well,
it when
I
it
will
stops.
tell you this. It's not going to play the whole thing, but you get a snippet of it here.
All
but
right.
That's okay.
That's fine.
This is from Conan. Katie Couric plays the piano like a pro. She learned how to play the piano. She talks a little bit about her life and whatnot, but Conan decided to put a twist on it. So here we go.
Katie Couric's in the news. She's launching her new daytime show next week. And to build excitement, producers have been releasing a series of get-to-know Katie videos. Here's one I found particularly insightful.
Ever since I was a little kid, like even 4 or 5, I would sit on the piano bench and I could figure out songs. I came to understand that I could play piano by ear. It's pretty easy to play in a key of C. And it gives me a lot of joy, it really does.
That's
So
awesome.
anyway, that's Katie Couric. Am I cutting out? That's
Yeah.
probably the headphones. That's Katie Couric's video messed around by Conan O'Brien. But my thing is, like, it's hilarious because no one cares. Why would she be talking about that? No one cares about you growing up and playing piano. It's just a bunch of crap. You're using yourself as a pedestal to launch your new TV show.
Which shameless self-promotion. I think everyone does that.
Who among us is not guilty of some shameless self-promotion at one point or another?
I mean, where do you work again, Patrick?
Shark Bar and Grill.
Shark Bar
Shark
Grill.
Bar and Grill.
Yeah, you know where I work? At David
Oh,
McDavid Honda.
we all know where
Patrick,
you work.
I mean, Joe, you know where you work?
I work at Ashley Furniture.
Yeah, same shameless self-promotion.
And why does that bother you so much, Patrick? I thought you were going to show me some video where she got up there and was spouting off about something she didn't know about. Earlier, I went off
Yeah.
on her, and I didn't know what I was going off on. Now I kind of feel dumb.
Well, the whole premise behind it is there's no point. There's no point.
There's
to
no
her
point.
having a video like that.
Her knowing how to play the piano has no bearing on whether or not you're going to watch her show.
No, it's not even that. It's like, who cares? Why was this video even made?
I'm a little more interested now that I know that she can play the piano. I thought she was just another smiling face, and now I know she's multi-talented.
Does that make you feel better about yourself in some aspect?
No, it really doesn't. It really doesn't.
Are you multi-talented?
No, this is all I have. I just talk. I'm all talk. All talk, no action. Everybody knows I can just give it. I can give it, I can't take it.
Well, you know, find something you're good at and stick with
That's
it.
right. It's play to your strengths.
So that was a horrible video. Thanks for making us watch that.
So they went through and
I thought you guys might find it interesting.
Yeah, it was funny that they made. They took her video where she was supposed to be playing the piano, supposed to make it really well. And
Was
they made
she-
her sound like a
I'm
little
not
kid,
talking
like
about the
smashing
comedy
on that.
aspect.
That was funny.
I mean, yes, it was funny, that comedy aspect. But I'm talking about the original video, like It made no sense to me. Why was this video being showed to people?
Where was
Television.
that being broadcast? Where was that original video? What was it made for?
That's my exact point.
Oh, okay. I see your point now. Why was she? It looks like she's campaigning for some kind of like for office or something like that. You know,
The video has no meaning whatsoever. Usually, and maybe a commercial or something, somebody might be playing a piano, and then at the end of the commercial, they support some sort of group or something. This is all about Katie Couric, which no one cares.
it's like, hi, I'm super talented. Watch one of my other talents, and then she'll smile some more
That's
and
what
do
I'm
a
talking
show.
about. Celebrities being on a pedestal, and they
Man.
use their celebrity status on the internet as a mountain to
Dude.
give us crap.
I want to use my celebrity status, and you guys should make a video of me just sitting around talking about how great it is to be me.
We
and
do
then
that every week.
And then I'll juggle for a little bit, and then I've been juggling for a little over a couple years.
So
2 years.
I hope our listeners stay tuned to this. But what we're thinking about doing is possibly doing some separate videos from like different locations, like from a living room or from just different scenes. And maybe it'll make us feel a little bit more comfortable. Maybe you'll have a little bit more content or a little bit more.
I was a little distracted with the car wash playing in the background a minute ago.
Yeah, and like these chicks that are just walking by with the Sunbury chicks, like they're just so distracting. It's so hard to have a good show.
It's not everyone's fault that you're completely ADD. Pretty girls walk around me all the time, and I can carry a conversation without breaking in the middle of it to watch. I fuck her without like stopping talking.
What did you just say?
My bad.
I could what?
I'm just hey.
Nobody
relax.
listens to the show
No,
anyway.
yeah, nobody's.
We don't have any
Who's gonna listen
sponsors.
to this show? Doesn't matter.
We've lost all
Call
our
me out from all-
sponsors.
we never had it.
You're looking at me. I said I fuck. You've been smoking cigarettes and drinking since we got on the air. I don't want to hear it.
No, from the break, since the break. Come on.
You had the
Come on,
ashtray here
you-
before that.
Internal conflict. Internal
Just say-
conflict.
It's just what Brandon wanted.
Whatever.
Well, I have another story here. Let's get the music back on.
What is this news? Oh, we going on back?
No, it's just stories I wanted to talk about. This is what I like to call flag is inappropriate.
Okay.
Okay. The title of the story is Police. Well, police say your farmer grew accidental pot crop. Try to pronounce this name of the city.
Afghanistan.
What?
Ashganenberg.
Looks like Auschwitzburg.
Eschenberg.
Ashkenberg.
Anyway, somewhere in Germany. Police in Germany said an
I
elderly.
can't hear you, man.
I don't know, Mike. Mike, hello, test.
You're there.
They're barely there, man. Here, you want to use this mic?
That's better. Yeah, whatever. Police in Germany said an elderly farmer. Are y'all okay? Is everything all right?
We're good.
All right. Police in Germany said an elderly farmer started an accidental marijuana farm when he spread birdseed across the field in hopes of getting sunflowers. Authorities said the neighbors in the town area reported that the man had some 1,000 10-foot high marijuana plants growing on his property, and narcotics officers visited his home Tuesday and identified the plants for the 74-year-old farmer. The farmer told the officers he wanted to grow sunflowers, but he didn't have any seeds, so he spread bird food across his fields, hoping for the best. Does this sound kind of sketchy here?
Yeah, I'm not sure how that happened. That sounds like an awesome prank, though.
He said this kind of thing has never happened in the area before. He only wanted a few nice sunflowers.
I don't know about that. That old man sounds pretty.
The only
sketchy
people
to
that
me.
grow sunflowers are old hippies that probably smoke pot.
Sunflowers. I'm pretty sure people started growing them just to hide other pot plants. I think that's a likely story.
I think so too, because they grow high and they cover a lot of area. Like they have all sorts of, I don't know, they look like plants.
But
Like
that
tall
does
plants.
that does sound like a hilarious prank to play. Just go through like at a feed store and mix in pot seeds with everything else somebody's planting, because it grows pretty easily.
Yeah.
I don't know. Huh?
How would you know?
Everybody knows that. It used to grow wildly, and you know why they call it weed? Because it used to grow on the side of the freeways.
Really?
Back in the day, yeah. Back in the day,
So-
it was like all the sophisticated people, like the white, like back in the day, white people all drank and everything during Prohibition and everything back then, and weed was always around, but it was like mostly like it was Indians and the Mexicans that came across the border that smoked the weed that was thought of as a low class thing to do. It grew everywhere. They outlawed it because there was a guy that owned a paper mill that thought that it hurt their.
They heard hemp, or
well, hemp was supposed to make a really, really cheap and efficient paper. Is what it was supposed to be.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Good.
So he, threw out this big smear campaign, roped marijuana in with every other drug that everybody knew was bad, like opium and heroin that were around back then.
Yeah.
And when once it was labeled a drug, and the United States declared the war on drugs, that's when that's why it was outlawed. It's always been around. It grows easily. That's why that's why it's hard for them to want to legalize it, because anybody can grow it in your backyard with any kind of climate. Tobacco takes a specific soil, a specific climate, and it's very hard to make yourself.
I
Very
heard
knowledgeable.
tobacco was easy to plant. It was easy to
No,
grow.
you gotta have a specific kind of soil. It's not that easy to do. That's why people won't do it themselves. Weed will grow easily.
Interesting.
Netflix has a series of, like, you get bored and you watch Netflix. There's a lot of interesting documentaries you can get
I
into.
really like
And
Netflix.
they're very, very informative.
Like, I love watching the History Channel stuff on there.
That's
and
where I
like,
got this from.
I mean, there's so much cool information on there. Like, I don't know. But also, it gets crap. Like, I'll just sit there and spend an hour just searching through something to watch.
Yeah, I know. You can waste a lot of time doing it. I was talking to my buddy over here. We were talking about that Adult Swim should have a channel on Netflix or Hulu or something to watch all those things. Because they just don't have anybody. Like, they don't have any of that kind of media like the rest of the channels do. Y'all are so distracting me right now.
Yeah, I know.
Technical
They
difficulties.
do have technical
I know. It's
This mic's
driving me
been going
nuts.
out.
I'm trying to talk, and everybody around me's moving around. I'm not sure who's listening to me.
No one's listening.
I know. It's just me talking to fill dead air. Hate
Patrick,
you guys.
What are we talking about here? What do you do? You're on Facebook, man.
I'm trying to pull up these stories. The internets are going slow. But I have the story here. It's kind of the second part of the setup.
Still in and out.
It must be the mic, man.
Must be my mic. Anyway, I won't.
Maybe
get
don't
so
say
close to
P
it.
so much.
Yeah, it's
Don't
probably
use
not.
words with letter P.
So this is posted in Russia. A man fakes his own death as part of a marriage proposal to his girlfriend.
Wow. Did it work?
No, how would that work? Faking your own death as a marriage proposal? Let's read on.
I wish we could, but
I
there's
get
no
the,
internet.
no, I get the logic behind it. Make her think that you're dead, and she'll realize all the great things about you. Because have you ever had a girlfriend? Now I don't want to sound insensitive, but have you ever talked to a girl who had a boyfriend that died?
She'll never meet anyone else like him.
Oh my God, that guy was the guy that embodied all that was manhood, and no one will ever live up to him. But I bet while he was alive, she wasn't telling him that stuff. Is all I'm saying. It took him dying for her to realize that. So his logic of pretend like I'm dead, make her realize all this, and then surprise, I'm alive. Let's get married. You know, what's she
I
gonna
feel
say?
like that's gonna backfire.
I mean, I'm sure there's a downside I'm not seeing, but I see where he was coming from.
You can see his logic.
You know, yeah.
I just thought that was a funny story because,
It is.
like you said, I've heard many stories of
Oh.
that kind of stuff happen.
It makes me sick. I've stopped dating girls. Like I met a couple of girls once or twice that were still hung up on that stuff, and it's like, I don't have to sound insensitive, and I get everybody has their stuff, but I don't. No one's ever gonna live up to that dead boyfriend, ever. No one will ever
So
live up to that.
I think we all know that
That's
girl.
true. Everybody knows that girl. I'm
Yeah.
not kidding. You know.
So
Yeah.
you're saying you would never attempt this?
No, that's a terrible idea.
Never attempt to fake your own death? Dude, that's
Oh,
not,
wait,
that's not newsworthy. Don't click on it.
There's a lot of
It's
reasons to
not
fake your own
newsworthy.
death.
He was about to click on a picture of these dogs' toenails that are painted like red, and like I'm like, dude, don't click on it.
Is that what this
I
show's
have a story.
resorted
I have
to?
a story about it, but I guess we can move on.
I did not have a story about that.
No, I'm just saying past story.
You gotta feed me something. I don't have a computer in front of me.
Have you got? Here's some Facebook news, by the way. Have you guys seen this thing that's going around? It seems like everybody wants to jump. As soon as somebody dies, everybody's like R.I.P., R.I.P., R.I.P.
Yeah.
But there's been a lot of fake stuff going around. Did y'all get the Bill Cosby one?
No.
Some guy started a
I heard about that.
Rest in peace, Bill Cosby Facebook page,
Yeah, and it was
faking
true.
people out.
He never died.
And a lot of people were like, "He's not dead. He's not dead." And whoever had the site kept on saying he's dead. He's dead comedy-wise. Comedy-wise.
His
But
comedy's
nobody
dead.
got the joke, and
You know,
it made national news.
That was Pugs had an idea to do that a long time ago. He was talking about it. He said he was talking about how cool it would be to start an internet rumor and hear it come back, like see how far the rumor goes and see if it'll surface in like
Yeah.
local news or
'Cause it'll be
on
like-
or if it passes on the internet and gets big.
It's like that telephone game. Like as soon as he gets back, it's like completely different from what it was
Yeah.
originally when it started. Like
Or see if someone's changed it on Wikipedia yet.
Well, didn't we come up with a game for that or something?
Oh yeah, that was one of those things.
we come up with so much crap that we don't do. It's ridiculous.
Overpromise, underdeliver. It's the
That's
name of
our
our
thing, yeah.
show.
Ridiculous.
Okay, well, you guys want to take another break real quick?
Yeah,
Let's take
let's
a
break.
break.
We're going to take a break. We're hanging out here at Pub Addison. I need to stop saying peas. I need
You
to pop
gotta stop
screen.
saying P.
We're hanging out here at Pokes and Addison, right here off of Midway. We'll be back for the third segment. In the third segment, we're going to hopefully bring on Mr. Sunbrew Brandon, talk a little bit with him. We'll do some insider's input, and then we'll do our plugs and shout-outs to close it out.
Yo.
And until we see you in here in a minute, I'm Patrick.
I'm Austin.
And I'm Joey.
We'll be right back.
When you think you're right, you're never right. Because this is the YNR Radio Show.
Folks, we are back, broadcasting from the bar, livedallas.com. We're hanging out here at Pokes today in Addison, right out here Midway, a block south of Beltline, hanging out with the boys. Today, in our third segment, we have a very special guest sitting down there at the end of the table.
Who's that?
Some people know him as Super Shaw.
What? Yeah.
He goes by Sunbrew Brandon in some circles.
Yes, that's
Some
correct.
guys just call him that guy.
That guy.
That guy.
A lot of people
Some
don't
people-
call him at all.
This is true. Those are called females.
You don't get any calls from females?
No, actually, it's all texting nowadays.
Oh, okay.
I don't have time for the calls.
Sexting.
We're
Yes.
sitting here with the brainchild of Sunbrew. Is it Sunbrew Entertainment? What is it?
Man, it's Sunbrew everything, buddy.
Sunbrew everything.
It's actually on Facebook, Sunbrew USA. SUNBRU USA.
How
Now-
patriotic of you.
I think this is the first time we've ever actually sat down with Brandon on the YNR Radio Show. So a
Yeah,
lot of people have heard about him, heard about the stuff we've done. When me and Austin went down to the rock rally and we did stuff with him, but I don't think they actually know who Super Shaw is.
I love the Super Shaw. I've never even heard that till you guys
You
came
made
along.
you made that up one day. You called yourself Super Shaw, and we just went with it.
I say stuff all the time, but don't know until I
It
say
never
it.
sticks.
I just say stuff randomly. But I had a nickname called Shaw Dog growing up. That was my most common nickname.
Shaw Dog.
Shaw dog.
Shaw Dog. Yeah.
That was the dumbest thing I ever heard.
No, actually,
Shaw Dog.
I got that from the car industry. I sold cars at 19. They said, "Man, you're just a dog."
Everyone's a dog in the car industry. It's like, what's up, Ron Dog? What's up, Josh Shaw
But
Dog?
my name had a meaning behind it because, like, if you could get the Shaw Dog Award when I went into the tanning industry, the dog was spelled DAWG, which stood for determination, attitude, work ethics, and gross.
What?
Yeah, dog, DAWG, baby. Yeah.
We got
Okay.
it.
So speaking of Facebook, the reason we're having Brandon on the show this week is because he hasn't liked our Facebook.
Yeah, he
And-
refuses to like the most likable Facebook page there is.
But, you know, I waited to this moment just about 5 minutes ago to check out your like page. The first
Literally
problem I
5
had
seconds
is
ago.
I had to have people check into it for me, okay? y'all have people, I have people, right?
You had your people look into
I
us.
had my people look into this.
You're
before-
our people.
See,
I
it
can't
seems like
just-
you would have done that before you had us do a show with you, is to look into us. But whatever, it's whatever.
Did
You
y'all
do your
have a
thing.
YNR Facebook page back in those days?
Yes.
Yeah,
We
that's
have
all we
since
did.
January.
That's the only thing we've had.
Well, we were beginning, we were new, and we weren't being real choosy, obviously. I mean, the Big David Close show passed our physical test. I mean, let's be
They
real
passed
here.
a physical?
Yeah, they did.
Wow.
They're lucky
Rigged.
because they're grandfathered in now, because now at this point they're okay. But yeah, all the new shows, you'll notice they all have to go through a major, like a physical examination, IQ check.
Do
all
you
sorts
do
of
the
stuff.
physical examination?
No, I don't. And the biggest problem I'm having right now is I'm sitting so close to Joey.
Our
and he's-
naked
and
knees are
and
touching.
he's trying to touch me left and right.
Turn to the
doing
left
it.
and cough.
This is just how I sit. Your knees touching mine, not the other way around.
Yeah, okay.
I just sit like this.
Dude, quit. Knock it
This
off.
is how I sit. What?
I don't want you to touch my leg.
Well, stop touching my leg.
All right, so we're talking about this Facebook situation, okay?
Facebook, yeah.
You guys are asking for an endorsement of sorts, right?
Absolutely.
All
You
we're
know,
asking you to do is
we would
click a like button.
We would assume our business partner would want to like our page with us.
But here's the deal. If I hit the word like, doesn't it tell all my Facebook friends that I liked your page?
Yes, sure.
So
That's the point.
I
That's-
had to go through and have people check into it, and I'll tell you our problems we have, okay?
Okay.
Let's hear
And
them.
if we can resolve these issues, maybe we can.
Let's go
get
one
the
at a
like
time. Let's
button
go
on.
one at a time.
I
Let's
can
go
handle
down
some
the list.
constructive
Okay,
criticism.
the first thing is, although we're very open to all sorts of lifestyles, the first concern we had
this?
was we didn't know exactly what YNR stood for, okay?
Okay.
And we looked at, so we just use our imagination. We look at the pictures. The profile pictures, there's about 7 of them, I believe, according to my records.
Like half of them are Joey because he kept posting the profile picture of himself over and over and
The
over.
first concern we had in our PR department, the first concern they had was that it seemed to be 3 men, and we don't know this. We don't know what sexuality.
Does
Really?
that matter?
Does that bother you? Would it make a
we're
difference?
okay, but we just have we
You
gotta
would-
be careful what we endorse, okay? Because we want to we don't want to offend nobody.
What kind of image offensive? What do you find? What would you find
Well,
offensive about it?
We don't want to come across as being too straight, too gay, too anything, too men, too what.
Well, no one. I wouldn't worry about being too straight. You know what I'm saying? You guys would be on that.
And so we didn't know what you guys were about.
Okay.
So we looked at your pictures. There were some cute little pictures of dinosaurs, I believe.
Yeah.
We have
Young
dinosaurs on
dinosaurs.
there, really?
Yeah,
You
very
guys-
young dinosaurs too.
We really
I
have a
didn't know-
dinosaur picture on there?
Yeah, there's a
Oh, yeah,
dinosaur
yeah,
picture
there
on
is,
your
there is,
on
yeah,
your
yeah.
Facebook page.
That
Yes,
was
there is.
Patrick's clip art. That's his extent of his.
So the concern is the age of the dinosaur. It wasn't of age.
It was a baby dinosaur.
So you're not talking about our current profile picture. You're going back to the old pictures. And
No, we're talking about your on your page. People have shared this
The
picture
stuff we
of you guys.
posted.
Pull up
yeah.
our page.
Right there you go. Now that could be considered indecent in a lot of circles.
It
because
says
it's a
first
young-
photo of Snooky's baby, and it's a picture of the kid from the dinosaurs.
It's,
like
yeah, it's a not the mama dinosaur.
not the mama.
It's an infant dinosaur in a diaper. I mean, what's not hilarious about that? I don't understand
Child
your problem.
pornography is a
Child
major
pornography.
issue out there.
This
that-
isn't a Sandusky
Babies,
issue here. This
babies
is
in diapers are not child
it is
pornography.
making fun of Snooky.
and we like Snooki. We endorse Snooki.
Who
So
likes Snoopy?
That show got
Snooki?
a
canceled.
lot of people like
What's
Snooki.
a
Snooki who?
Snooki?
Snooki's makes a lot of money because people like her. There's a reason.
No,
There's a
people-
reason they had so many seasons of that show.
If we're going to be talking about underage stuff, I think we need to have a consultation with Brandon over there.
I know. What was that girl last week? She was like 17 and a half.
buddy. 18.
They
Know
barely.
your laws. Know your laws.
I want to see
18.
some identification. And is she allowed to even come in here without adult supervision?
Yes. No, you can come here during the middle of the day. I mean, you're allowed. It's a place to have a food. Have a food.
Have a food.
Have a food.
They
Yeah,
call
they
those
serve you one
restaurants.
tater tot at a time. Have a food. No, this is a restaurant. They allow all ages up to a certain point. You know, maybe 10 o'clock they cut it off. But you know, if you're underage, you should be at home sleeping, studying.
Brandon, I don't see your problem with just clicking a simple button on our page. I know
Okay,
you.
well, hold on. Let's get to that.
Okay.
So,
Okay, so you didn't like the photo of
well,
Snooky's first baby.
It's not that we didn't like it. It's just it's a concern. We got to be careful what we
Did
endorse.
you laugh?
No, I saw that and I had concerns myself.
Did you
Our
get a little
PR
worried?
Our PR department was worried about it, and I too saw that. And was
Okay,
disturbed.
scroll down. What else did you have a problem with the show?
Well, the profile pictures, yeah, I didn't know what kind of show you guys were promoting.
That was funny.
What
A
about that one of
lifestyle.
that kitten over there? That's hilarious.
Once again,
Pouring
gay
Pop Rocks
lifestyle
in a litter
show,
box
and,
is
and that's
hilarious.
fine. I'm okay with the way you guys are. But a kitten in a litter box,
Hold
babies
on.
and kittens. I mean,
It
these
says if you're looking for something to do this weekend, you could always secretly replace the litter box with Pop Rocks. So
That's
whenever times he
hilarious.
pees, the rocks are just going to go pop, pop,
yeah,
pop, pop,
you see
pop.
the problem now. Now we're talking about PETA.
What?
Issues
How is that
with PETA
abuse?
issues.
How is
How's
that
it-
abuse?
See, I don't know what happens when people abuse animals in the state of Texas.
I don't think that's
not
abuse, though.
that's posting a picture.
It's hilarious. That's why it's not abuse.
This isn't
it's
Michael
giving
Vick over here.
suggestive things for people to do to little kittens with
I
Pop
think
Rocks.
Brandon has Jerry Jones syndrome.
He does have Jonesy
He
syndrome.
won't let anybody think or do their own thing. It has to be, if it's not his idea, it's not going to
Well,
work.
see, now you're mixing kitty cats and young child porn something. or
Babies
other.
and kittens
and
are
I
cute
see,
and
I see
funny. I don't know what you
chicks,
want.
overage
Child
chicks.
cats.
I see a bunch of hot girls in the page. So what's going on here?
So you
There's
have a
no-
problem with the
there's
hot
no-
girls too?
There's no flow. We're all over the place.
What do you look at on the internet if you're not looking at pictures of
Most-
hilarious
most
babies,
random thing.
funny cat videos, or hot chicks? What are you doing on the
I
internet?
just, I would like your
Good
page,
point, good
I would
point.
like your page to be more focused before I join it. That's all I'm
More
saying.
focused. We're focused on the most awesome things about the internet.
Look at my page, all about hot girls. We have our focus. Our focus is
Our focus isn't on hot girls.
It's
it's
not
on
just hot
young-
girls.
It's
young-
not just hot girls.
It's on kittens and things in diapers and hot girls.
We're not endorsing any kind of like cruelty to animals. We're not endorsing any kind of like abuse
Now,
of alcohol or
I
drugs.
gotta
or
ask you
anything
a
like
question. What do hot girls like? Kittens and babies.
that. Yeah.
So do men. Certain types of men do too.
So I guess we need to go take a look at the Big Dave and Clothes.
Let's go take a look at
Facebook.
Big Dave and Chloe and see why
Oh,
he
we
liked
don't
that
like their
one.
page either. Don't worry. Now my next concern is y'all only have 160 something likes.
Which is why we're trying to get you to like our page.
Yeah, you have a lot of friends. You get a lot of pull.
I'd like to see a public opinion more supportive of you guys before I join.
You mean 163 people doesn't say enough about our show? That 160 people went out of their way to like our page because they thought that highly of it that you're not willing to do it
Are you
yourself.
telling me those 163 fans of ours are wrong?
Okay, so
I got a lot of
if we
friends out
like
there.
your if we
I
like
got
your
over
page,
163 people that you're
That
insulting right
disagree
now.
with you. They,
what
yeah,
can I expect to see if I like your page in the future? What can I expect to pop
lots
up?
of hilarious posts.
Okay, so y'all are bringing it.
Don't overpromise that. We don't
do.
always post funny stuff.
Yeah, we do.
When's the last time you posted something on
I
there?
don't post things on there, but you guys do.
So
That's
the-
good.
Listen,
Say we.
I'm a single guy. Can y'all promise me some kind of date from being
See,
associated with
that's-
YNR?
that
Can I
looks-
throw
that's
your
hot.
name? Can I throw your name around and say I'm part of the YNR crew, and maybe get a date out of this? Well, is
I
that
bet if
gonna
you
happen?
went trolling through our friends on our page, you could find something. You'd come up with something worthwhile.
Hey, speaking of which, how's Mel doing? Is she all better yet? Is she back on the show?
She is back. Unfortunately, the show's not better. It's still Dave and Chloe. But she's back, yeah.
So Mel is back on the show, but the show's not any
When are
better.
they doing their
No.
shows now?
We
When
do it
the-
on Thursday nights.
Okay.
Thursdays.
Yeah.
I haven't seen those guys in so long. I feel like I feel so disconnected.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, it's hard to miss the Big Dave. I promise you, it's
Yeah.
very tough to miss that one. I invited you guys in tomorrow. You guys were busy, and I get it. You work. Apparently, I'm finding out that you guys work like 70 hours a week.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Except for
We have
Patrick.
we have day jobs.
we have lives.
But
Patrick
now
doesn't.
Patrick, I saw Patrick on a flyer. I was very impressed. I liked by the way, I liked the flyer I saw.
Thank you.
That has nothing to do with the YNR Radio Show.
Are y'all? Is he being a diva? Is he all
He
about
is.
himself?
He's all doing his own thing over here.
It's all Patrick all the time. No mention of YNR.
Well, this is Patrick's show. He's just trying to get it up and going so he can just jet out and just like let us
Yeah.
handle it.
You know the Kardashians have the same issue. They say that Kim's doing the same thing. It's all about herself.
It is.
Are you
I got-
are you Kardashian?
Are you saying I have lead singer syndrome?
I think you do have lead singer
Yeah.
syndrome.
I don't think I do.
Destiny's Child had that problem,
Didn't they?
and
they
look how
did.
well it worked out for the one, but not the others.
Blink-182 had that problem. Hello.
Which one of them made it? The other ones didn't. Travis? I don't even know what they look like.
You don't know who
You don't know what Travis
Blink-182
Barker looks like.
I don't know what Travis Barker looks like.
They're all pretty equally. I mean, the one guy is not so much. The lead singer is very well known, and Travis Barker, and the other guy not so much. There's a third Blink 182.
Yeah.
That's why it's 182. They should be 183, but 182 because there's only two main guys. Yeah.
So after all this, you are going to go like our page? Or?
I'm tell you what. I will like your page tonight. By the end of the night, I will like your page.
Okay.
All right.
Are we still doing the hottest girl of the week? What is
We're
up with
doing
that?
something new. It's called. We're looking for DFW's hottest waitress or bartender. Bartender being females as well. I was told by
doesn't-
your show that bartender meant males.
I just assumed that male that
I don't
you
see
would
why
accept
you're-
male entries. Why you're going?
Well,
for the
I
hottest
have an
waitress or
entry for you. I
bartender.
want to show you.
There's a girl
I
that
found
works-
this picture on Big Dave's Facebook,
Oh my
and
goodness.
I was going to enter it. I'll post it on our Facebook here in a little bit.
That's kind of revealing for Big Dave, I'm not going to lie.
What is
No,
that?
it's a
I
good
see
look
the-
for him,
I see
I
a
think.
hot body. And I see a monkey or something. What is it? I can't see.
It's
the
Big
face.
Dave's
That is
face.
Big Dave's
That's
face
Big
at a
Dave?
Halloween party. He's got a lunch lady net shower cap sort of thing over his head, over a wig.
And it's photoshopped onto a hot bod.
That's
bikini
what he looked
model.
like in his 20s.
Wow.
Back in the
Hey,
day.
now Patrick, you've known Big Dave for a long time, right?
Yeah.
How many years?
I've known Big Dave since 07.
Okay, so you've been around for about 5 years knowing this guy.
Right.
Was he thinner then, or is he still the same?
It's always the same. He's Big Dave.
When did he
Big
get
Dave
big?
for a reason.
When did he get big? Do we know this?
I have no idea.
It's a good.
He was Big Dave when I met him, and he's still Big Dave. He just added a G at the end of the big one certain point. I'm not exactly sure
Is
when.
he double G-ing it like the
He's
double
double
G?
G.
I guess at a certain
Like
point
Snoop
when you
Dogg?
when you hit a
GG.
certain when you hit a certain weight, you've got to add the extra G,
It's
right?
the Big Dave
the
show.
big good. The big
Big Dave
good.
It's when you pass
Slow
extra
show.
large, go to extra extra large.
Now,
Same concept.
be honest with me on this. Out of all three of you guys, who's ever watched their complete show from start to finish?
We all have.
Y'all have?
Yeah,
we
we
used to
watched the show
make
all the
us
time.
do it.
Yeah,
like,
we used to, it was mandatory back in the
We
day.
used to listen to it after we'd leave the Sunbrew Mansion, and they'd make fun of us after we left.
well, we did it before then.
Well,
you
we-
know, when
well,
we did it at
we've,
your
uh,
house. We used to like record it at your house, and
We've
we
had some of our
listen to it.
people call into the show, like our good friend Red Young called into the show.
I heard that episode,
Yeah.
actually.
Red
Did you just
Young.
fart?
No, my phone buzzed.
I felt a vibration in my leg. and
Stop touching my leg.
That was funny. I thought he just cut some gas.
Who is it? Who is it? Who is it?
Girl.
The girl?
Wow, so y'all allow y'all's phones to be turned on during y'all's show?
Yeah,
half
on
our show
silent.
is our phones.
Oh, okay. A lot of people frown on that.
I take private calls during the middle
It's
of
our
shows.
it's our only connection to the internet.
Yeah, because the internet sucks here.
Wow, then, so let's talk about. So y'all do watch your. I mean, is it a regular show y'all watch, or just y'all saw a couple episodes?
We used to do it all the time, but since we've been separated and our business partnership friendship has kind of gone in the tank.
They don't
since-
like y'all.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Well,
Yeah.
You know what it is? They're very jealous of y'all. anytime we make the slightest remark referencing you guys, Dave gets offensive.
I know.
And we're not even saying anything bad about. We try to compliment him in the same sense. He can't take this. If he feels like he's getting third, like he's not on the top of the ladder, he's not liking it. You guys are too new for him to be for him
There's
to be
so
in
many
your shadow.
damn divas in this internet. I mean, in internet radio, for what we're doing, there's a lot of people with a lot of egos. Jeez, you guys.
He's so sensitive, man. He really is. Have y'all ever had any confrontations with that guy?
No, I don't. I'm intimidated by him. He's a big guy, and he
Big
talks
Dave?
a lot of shit. Yeah.
I'm not intimidated by him.
I've never had a real conversation with the guy.
Yeah, but because you're intimidated, or because you just haven't had time to have a
no,
conversation with him?
Probably because I've never sat in the same room with him when he wasn't doing a show.
Yeah.
You know what I've noticed now, Patrick? Because he says he raised you from a pup, basically, and you
Is
give
that
him,
true?
You
He
give
got
him
me
credit.
started in my career.
You give me
Wow.
credit for that. He
takes
said you
credit
were
for you?
hanging out and you started coming around weekly and you had a lot of drive. He does not want to see you be on top of him.
I'm
Ew,
sure
no one
he
wants
does.
to see that. That's gross.
Lord.
That would
Nah,
be
he
viral
really-
Thanks a
video.
lot, Brandon.
That
I'm
would
never
be a
gonna get
viral
that image
video.
out of my
No,
head.
but he
Patrick
really,
on top of Big Dave.
I'm
I
gonna
love
tell you
it.
something. If for somehow there was a way to measure success,
You can. I'll show you a way to measure.
and you were to somehow get above him in the polls, oh no, it would not be a good day. He likes you. He thinks, but he
I'm
wants you.
sure.
He wants you to be the kid.
I'm not the kid anymore. I was the kid 5 years ago.
Yeah, but he wants you to be that kid that he got started, and he's the old man.
I'm
you know
still
what
the
I'm
kid that he started, but natural talent takes over. At some
It's one
point
of
in
those
time.
things where there can only be one alpha male in the group. You're going to have to establish your dominance in some way.
Now, y'all listen to the show. Y'all listen since Chloe's been back on, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Who is this show? Who's the lead guy on that show? Is it Dave, Chloe, or Mel?
Well, the
Dave.
title is The Big Dave and Chloe Show.
And Mel's not even on. Never mind.
She's back
I'm not
on
gonna
now.
bring that up.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So y'all gonna say Mel's definitely not the lead.
Definitely not the lead.
Is it Dave or Chloe?
It's Dave.
Dave,
Dave.
has to be the
Yeah,
the
he
Big
wouldn't-
Dave and Chloe Show. Chloe sounds like he's an extra. Like he's
Yeah, he's
He's
in the
not the main
background.
character,
Even in like
like-
the advertisings you have, he's like it's Big Dave in the foreground and then some guy in the
well,
background.
they
You
do
get,
that
like-
so they can
Here-
fit Big
here's-
Dave in the picture.
Here's the interesting thing about that, okay? You're right. I agree with you guys that it's the Big Dave show, sort of, but I think the genius behind the show is Chloe.
Probably.
I
think
tell
so?
you who wears the pants in that family is Chloe. That's what I'm telling you
I
guys.
would
behind
have
the
guessed
scenes.
Mel.
Huh?
I would have guessed Mel.
Dave's not gonna like this. Not one bit.
No, he's probably gonna if he listens. I don't know that he listens. You guys.
Yeah,
so
I
He
don't
doesn't
think
listen
so.
at all.
He doesn't like good
If he
radio.
would have listened, he would have known. He would have already met Red Young because we talked about him for about 30 minutes.
So we can exploit the fact that he doesn't listen to our show.
Are
It makes
y'all
it more
aware
fun
that-
for us.
Are y'all aware that Big Dave thinks there's a thing called the G4 system, rating system?
Yeah,
I've heard of this.
We're on the G4 scale, right? I mean, like we're 4G.
I think we're
I
like
need to go
G6
back.
right
I
now.
need to go back and listen to episodes to even remember what the G's,
G-unit.
what the levels are. He to this day still thinks he also got voted the #1 show a few weeks ago. He's pretty excited about that.
By who?
Number one show
like-
on what?
On his
On
own
the-
show?
On the,
Yeah.
the Bar Live had a rating system. We have a panel now
What?
of people
Why
that
is this the
listen.
first time
Why
hearing
would-
about
and-
this?
We could have people
And-
vote.
And every week there's a panel of 12 people. They're the ones that vote.
Yeah.
Oh.
And they listen to all the shows and they vote on the show of the week. And yeah, he was pretty stoked when he found out that 3 weeks ago. he
This
got
is
the
all
show of the
this
week.
is all BS.
How long has that been going
Yeah.
on?
I listened to the show and he was so excited that his show got voted #1. I went directly to Brandon. I said, well, "How come I've never heard of this?" He goes, "Because it doesn't exist."
Which he'll never find out because he doesn't listen to the
You're
show.
giving him
Here's what's-
phony titles.
Here's what's beautiful.
We can capitalize off the fact that he doesn't listen to our show.
Big Dave has a whole different Bar Live experience than you guys have because he's the one guy that's in La La Land. You know what I mean? It's pretty funny.
You know, that's a great idea, though. Why don't you put together a team of people that have never heard any of our shows, let them listen to it, and get some honest feedback. Give them a free T-shirt
Well,
for
hold
doing
on.
it or something, you know?
Actually, I do have people
We have a
that
focus group.
that have actually do listen to y'all shows and give me feedback.
What do they say?
No, I haven't done it lately,
Oh.
but when you guys first came on, that was good. Well, you know, Pugs didn't
I
know
think
you
we're
were.
tremendously horrible better since we started. I can't
here's
really
the word.
tell.
Here's the word that I've heard: hipsters, intelligent. That's another word. You get the guys give you a lot of credit.
You
Yeah,
got intelligent?
I got hipsters.
these are old people saying that.
All right. They don't
yeah,
know. Okay,
okay.
gotcha.
You're
Hippies,
kind of that. You guys
kids,
represent the new generation of
whippersnappers.
guys that are more high tech. Like y'all's listeners, we believe will be more into the podcasting, understand that stuff. Where Dave and Chloe's show is more like people that understand how to open a beer bottle, and even that they have trouble with.
Yeah, our people like beer, too.
Yeah, no, we know that. But I'm just saying, you guys are more inclined to have a beer with a little more style to it. You know, and be okay with that. A Zima.
Yeah.
We're Zima guys. That's what you're saying.
They don't even make Zima anymore.
They don't? Really?
Yeah, that's true. I don't think they have Zima.
That's
it's
hard
like all
for me to-
Mike's Hard Lemonade and like all that other
Smirnoff
stuff.
Ice.
Smirnoff Ice.
Smirnoff is a good drink. I like that.
I'm sure it is. Of
course you
sure
do.
you drank a lot of it.
Dave drinks small bottles of wine now that are very girly.
Is he still sponsored by that
Classy Trashy.
that place that
Adam and Eve?
No, the other one, the
Boone's
Boone's
Farm.
Farms?
Yeah, Boone's Farm.
I don't know if they were ever officially sponsored by
He
him.
just drank it every week.
I think he drinks it and he
Just to
feels
justify
cool. He thinks he's a NASCAR racer and he wants to wear the label. And I think it's a lot of times the excuse for why he drinks what he drinks.
Yeah, that's got to be it because
Yeah,
there's
it's
no
like-
man that can like say with a straight face.
I'm
that,
sponsored by Mad Dog 2020.
They
I'm
are
sponsored by
officially-
McCormick Vodka.
They are officially sponsored by Adam Eve though, which is their sex shop of choice.
Nice.
Can you see
Ew,
Big
gross.
Dave walking
Gross.
into
I
a
don't
sex
like
shop?
the idea. I don't like the thought of Big Dave with any kind of. I don't like thinking of him as sexual at all. Like I think of him as an amorphous blob
Yeah.
with no sexual sexuality
You know, for the longest
at all.
time, I never saw pictures. I never really watched any of those shows. I thought Chloe was black for the longest time. Like it just sounded like Big Dave and Chloe.
Chloe sounded like a black guy.
I don't know why. Maybe I thought cloves or I don't know where I got that connection from, but that's
And
what
you
I
can say, "Yo, it's Chloe," and hip hop, and
all that
Don't Stop.
jazz.
yeah.
Yeah.
He's quite the little rapper. Yeah. All right.
So you're saying after tonight we're gonna be at 164 likes?
yeah, I'm gonna do it, man, and I expect 3 or 4 people to follow my
I
lead on
would
that.
expect at
You're
least
gonna be
that.
a big 164. All right.
Yeah. Now, am I correct when I like it? My people will see that I like it.
Sure.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
Now, hold on. Are y'all requesting me, Brandon Shaw, from my Facebook page to like it, or the Sunbrew page to
Both.
like it?
Both. Yeah,
If you
all
had
of
to
it.
choose one, which one are you gonna choose?
I don't want to choose one.
But
Why?
if you
Why
had
would
to.
we? Do we have to?
I don't know. I got to think about it.
Well, what do you let
From
me?
a business standpoint, I made the decision to do it. Personally, I don't know if I like y'all.
You have sunbrew tattooed on your body. I figured you guys were one and the same at this point.
Yeah, you know what? If you can just like us and then disable our views, so you don't see all the crap we post. But you can just like us and help support us.
We'll just send you private messages.
Yeah.
Would you guys
tag you
ever?
and stuff.
If you guys were to be doing this show for how long have you been doing this? For about 5 months total. I mean,
Since January
it's
29th.
January 29th, so it'll be August, 8 months.
got a date and everything. That's
Yeah.
awesome. Oh, y'all's anniversary just a few months. Your 8-month anniversary was a few months ago.
Yeah, we're saving it for the year.
It's very nice to have it in January because you can remember how many months exactly.
Yeah.
You can always rest your life go a year and 3 months, a year and 4 months.
Yeah.
But so, with that being said, at what point would you guys be willing to get a YNR tattoo?
Oh, dude, I don't know. I'm not.
How much do y'all
committing to
believe
a
in
lot.
your
Listen,
show?
I made some bad tattoo choices in my early 20s, and I'm not inclined to do it anytime
Now,
soon.
Joey, is this because you're worried that YNR may not exist because one of y'all is trying to be a diva and do his own thing?
Or because one of them's having a baby.
It could be any number of reasons.
Who's having a
why
baby?
See, this is why he
Look,
doesn't
this is
listen to
what
the
I'm talking
show.
about. Brandon
This
does not
is
listen to our
exactly
show.
what I'm
Listen to the
talking
show.
about.
No, I listen to it sometimes.
You were here
I
yesterday.
listened to it last night for a while.
Did you? How far into it did you get?
I got disturbed by the fact that YouTube wasn't up, and I called Patrick and I
yeah.
quit watching. Actually, to be honest with you,
Well, we
That's-
made a big announcement.
I heard y'all
last
say
week.
we got big announcements. I know somebody got a girlfriend,
That's me.
and I guess Joey's got you're with child.
Yeah, I'm pregnant.
You're having now. Hold on, I get confused. I know Patrick's got a living girlfriend. Okay, do you have a living girlfriend?
We both have our own apartments.
She's living.
We don't. You
Not a
know.
living girlfriend, a live-in girlfriend.
So you have a kid coming, really?
I do. Yeah. Yeah.
Is it yours?
I do. Yes.
You
yes,
say
it's
that
mine.
with so much confidence, but I got news for you. Girls cheat too, buddy.
I'm not worried
And
about
you're
it, man.
you're a nice guy, aren't you?
No,
I'm
she
not
gets
worried
back
about
from Europe, and like all of a sudden that she's pregnant. Like she's in Europe for 2 weeks, and
You know, Kristen. I can't believe you're over here spreading
Hold on,
lies
hold on.
and
You
slander
know,
about her.
I'm
across
just
the
saying
air.
the facts of what happened. I'm not. You make
Are
up
you-
your own mind. Like, I'm just telling you what the situation was.
I'm pretty sure she got pregnant after the wedding. I'm pretty sure we were really drunk that night, and I'm pretty sure that's when it happened.
Sponsored
So,
by Tequila.
Austin, now you're the guy that I'm most concerned about because obviously you got Family Man over here who could go off and leave. Patrick's obviously trying to do his own thing and promote himself.
Yeah.
You're the guy that I'm most inclined to feel sorry for.
You feel sorry for me? What's that?
Well, he's with child. He's with his own self.
You feel sorry for me? Oh no, it's okay, Brandon. Like I like extra time and money. Like it's really nice just to have that line
No,
around.
but
Yeah,
my
he doesn't get
question,
tired
though,
of
is-
having disposable
If
income.
YNR, if he was to leave YNR and he was to leave, would you maintain the YNR show.
It wouldn't be the YNR show.
No, it'd probably turn into more of an Octomom type thing. I'd start making sex videos and like selling them myself.
But so why does YNR exist with all three of y'all, or one of y'all
No,
was
it's
to quit?
Patrick's baby.
So
YNR is
Patrick,
Patrick.
Patrick,
fine.
you are
We
the
made
Gene
this.
Simmons, so to speak.
The idea of the radio show came about before Joey and Austin were on it, but it was never the YNR Radio Show until we came together as a group.
Yeah.
Before it was just Patrick's radio
So
idea.
this radio show is the YNR Radio Show with all of us.
That's why we don't do it without one of us here. I don't want to do the show without Patrick here or without Austin here because it's not like the same thing. It's not. I couldn't sit here and talk to Patrick for 2 hours.
But
It'd
you
be
got to be
ridiculous.
prepared that one of these guys could leave and something tragic would happen.
That could happen, and that's a risk we're just going to have to take.
Well, you know what? That's the benefit of being lifelong pals. We're gonna be friends for life, and we'll just bring it back whenever we want to.
Yeah. Well, if something tragic happens, I was talking about death.
Oh.
So you
death.
got to move on.
No. We have an arrangement where we're gonna do the show beyond the grave. Like
Yeah.
I've been recording things of myself, like little things for them.
You know how
So
Tupac
later
just
on
came
they
out with a
want
new
to.
CD? Like that's the same thing. We have material that's just stored up. That once this is over, we'll still have
Like you
continuous
could be
stuff
like,
going.
you can have Patrick. Let's just use you for example because you're probably most likely to die. You drive a lot.
You're most likely to die.
Because he drives a lot.
You
He
hate
could be in a-
this.
he could be in a horrible car accident.
That's so true.
And if you had certain things like, yes, I do, you could record certain words, and you're like, what would Patrick say? And he'd be like, yes,
Yes.
I
all
do.
you have to do is pick up my phone and go through my voice record.
I'm just saying we have 9 months of like we have tons
don't
of
know
shows to go through. Anytime we wanted to, we could go back and just like cut and clip any conversation we wanted to. We can make anything we want.
Yeah.
So, Joey, how committed to the show are you? Are you wanting to do the birth live on air?
I don't think that's a good idea.
That's a horrible
I
idea.
haven't already thought of this? That's a great idea. That can get you on local TV.
That'll get you banned from the internet.
No, it won't.
No.
You go for it, Joey.
Another news local podcast show broadcast live birth on the air.
Y'all
Baylor
should do
Hospital.
it, dude. I really could help ratings.
No. Who'd want?
And, you know,
I
failing
would listen.
since the dawn of time, since the dawn of time, failing sitcoms have always resorted to having a baby to revamp a show.
You're not
So,
jumping a
you know,
shark.
this
You're having a kid.
So can we do the live birth and like pan out where it's Big Dave laying on the ground filled with a bunch of crap on him?
Hey, you don't have to have the video part. Just do the audio.
Just the audio will be graphic enough, I think.
Listen, you guys wouldn't mind it. Would y'all go there and
I would
have
not
the
be there.
mics?
I would not be there.
Here's what I'll do. I'll secretly turn my phone on the speakerphone and just have it playing so you guys can plug it in and play it live on the air.
I'll bring Joey a cigar and all that other stuff, and we'll celebrate. But I'm not going to be there. Like
Yeah,
once
you're
the
not gonna
baby's
be
had,
there.
call me. But before then, I don't care.
Are they texting you?
Text me.
Crowning. That's gonna be my tweet.
And I don't even want to see.
Now,
it.
is the birth of this child possibly going to keep you away from the show, Joey?
Anything can happen now, man. I got a lot of a lot of things are changing right now, and it's just things are very interesting right now. I don't know. Everything's up in the air right now.
Yeah.
It's hard to say.
Your budding career could be coming to an end.
Okay, now, hypothetically, now I doubt this is happening because I really, Kirsten's such a good girl. But what if the baby came out European?
How would I know it was European? Is there some distinguishing mark I should be looking
Have
for?
armpit hair.
It'd probably be the accent.
It has a beret and is smoking a cigarette.
If it cries in French.
Oh, wee wee.
I am not in the least bit concerned about that being a possibility.
All right.
I don't know why you guys are worried about it. I'm not.
We want to thank Brandon Shaw from the Sunbrew Brandon, Super Shaw himself, being on the show with us today.
Thank you,
I
Brandon.
want to thank y'all for having me and to show y'all support. I will be liking your page both through Sunbrew and Brandon Shaw tonight.
Oh, it's
I
very
am
nice.
going to blow your page up with things. It's going to be great.
yeah.
All kitten posters from here on out.
Yeah, our page is going to constantly poke your page.
Do people still do that?
Oh, yeah. I do it all the time.
Okay.
Basically all I do on Facebook.
Wow. Okay. Creeper.
Well, we are about out of time, folks. We went a little long with that segment, so we're going to have to skip the insider's input for this week.
We'll talk about it next week. No big deal.
But movies? Can we
Yeah.
talk about that?
That's inside.
Oh, that's why can't we just call it movies and TVs?
I don't know what anything's called anymore.
Okay, so we'll talk about Breaking Bad and Lawless next week.
Deal.
Okay.
You guys want to do your plugs and shout-outs real quick?
Yeah, sure.
And go.
You guys have plugs and shout-outs?
Sure,
Yeah,
sure.
I gotta plug my work, man. We've got such good deals right now. And the new Accord, we just saw the one that came in today. So freaking cool. I'm gonna keep you guys posted. I'll tell you all the stuff that's going on with pictures, everything. I got to give that to my girls, Nikki, over at Block Salon over in Glade Road and 121. If you guys want to get a haircut, go see her. And I got to give out a shout out to my boy Patrick. He's going to be DJing out at Shark Bar. And I think he's going to be at Milo tonight, right?
Correct.
Correctamundo.
Do mine too.
I gotta give a shout out to Joey. Guys, if you guys want some new furniture, you're tired of the bed you're sleeping on, you want something a little more comfortable, you're just not happy with the way your life is, go change your furniture, go see Joey. He's gonna help you make you happy.
That's good. I'm good.
All right.
That's it.
Well, until we see you next time, folks, thanks again for having us on the air with you today. Broadcasting at Pokes, we want to thank them again for having us out here. Special thanks to Sunbrew Brandon. And our new producer over here, he's been with us for a couple of weeks. We want to give a shout out. Do you have your mic? Do you have a mic over there?
There we go. There we go.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't have any shout outs or anything. That's what you were asking.
Well, thanks for coming on the show.
Well, thanks for being with us and treating us right.
Yeah.
No problem.
All right, folks, till we see you next time. I am Patrick.
I'm Austin.
And I'm Joey.
And this is the YNR Radio Show.
Yo.
The YNR Radio Show is sponsored by David McDavid Honda in Irving, Ashley Furniture in Arlington, Lavish Limousines in Fort Worth, and the Sunbrew Bikini Team. Check out the YNR Radio Show online at thebarlive.com, facebook.com/YNR Radio, ynrradio.tumblr.com, or email them at ynrradio@gmail.com.